Namaste. Let me now tell you a story to you. Once, a small child went to the market along with his mother. Holding her arms, he walked along with his mother very obediently. On reaching the market, the mother left the child in a place and she went into a shop to buy something. The child kept looking here and there and he saw a shopkeeper selling colorful candies. He went near the shop and stood there, his eyes strongly fixed on a tumbler of chocolates. The shopkeeper took pity on the child on seeing his longing for the chocolates and he told, "Hey boy, if you want, you can take some chocolates." "Why don't you take some chocolates? Come on, have it," he said. But the child never moved his hands. He stood there silently and did not take a single chocolate. The shopkeeper was confused. "Oh, maybe you are worrying about the money. Don't worry, it's of free of cost for you. You can take it," the shopkeeper said. But even then, the child did not move. He stood silently and never took a chocolate. The shopkeeper again thought for a while. "Oh, maybe you fear that your mother would scold you if you eat chocolates. Am I right, my dear?" he asked. The child did not speak anything. The mother who had went into the shop came there and said, "Yes, you may eat candies if you want," the mother said. Then the shopkeeper said, "Oh, no problem. Now you can take, no?" he asked. But the child did not take. The shopkeeper was puzzled. He thought for a while and came to a conclusion. "Oh, I'm sorry, my dear. I think this tumbler is out of your reach. This is kept in a higher table, right? Okay. Don't worry. I will hold it down for you. Then you may take the chocolates." Saying this, the shopkeeper held the tumbler down so that the child can take the chocolates. He kept near him, but the child did not take the chocolates. Now the shopkeeper was out of his control. He went near the child, took lots and lots of chocolate and filled each and every pocket of the child with a handful of chocolates. And at last he took a handful of chocolates and gave it to the child. Now he did not resist. He accepted the chocolates with a smile, thanked the shopkeeper and went home happily. The mother who had seen everything, all these happenings, was really puzzled and she could not resist their incitement. She asked to her boy, "Oh my dear, why didn't you accept the chocolate at first? Why were you quiet when the shopkeeper offered chocolates to you? That's not your nature, right?" she asked. Do you know what the child replied? The child's reply made his mother think a lot. He said, "Amma, if I had taken chocolates with my tiny hands, I would have received only a few chocolates. But see, when the shopkeeper himself gave me chocolates with his huge hands, see how much I have received, how many chocolates I have received." Like this, the child said. So, my dear friends, what have we learned from this? Whatever work we do, whatsoever our needs may be, let us not lament and worry about that. Let us do our duty and leave the rest to God. And He is always there to shower His blessing on us. Okay, let me now tell you another story in connection with this. We all know Arjuna, right? He was acclaimed as the greatest archer on land of his time. Once what he did, he went on a pilgrimage during his exile in the forest. After covering several shrines, he arrived at Rameswaram in the south. Long ages ago, Lord Sri Rama had established a Shivalinga there to seek the blessings of Lord Shiva before commencing his journey towards Sri Lanka to rescue his wife Sita Devi. His army of monkeys had built a rock bridge across the ocean towards Sri Lanka. Arjuna gazed at the remains of this bridge. He thought for a while. A sudden thought struck him and he wondered aloud, why on this earth a great archer like Lord Sri Rama had to rely on creatures like monkeys and bears to construct a bridge? He could have used his arrows and he could have constructed a bridge within seconds, right? Why didn't he do that? He exclaimed. He heard a laughing sound. It was a small monkey. It laughed out and said to Arjuna, "Oh Prince, how silly you are. Do you think a bridge of arrows could have withstood the weight of great warriors like Sugriva, Nala, Neela, Angada and Jambavan? Are you silly?" the monkey asked. "Why all these? It could have not even withstood my weight. See how tiny I am," the monkey said. Arjuna was quick to pursue what he took as an implied challenge. He said, "Oh, is it, tiny monkey? Let us see. I shall build a bridge with my arrows now, and if it fails to bear you, I shall burn myself," Arjuna said. The monkey agreed. Arjuna took out an arrow from his famed quiver of inexhaustible arrows and he built a bridge. The monkey chanted Sri Rama's name and it started walking on the bridge. Not sooner it had kept 10 steps on the bridge started shaking. It collapsed completely. Arjuna could not believe his eyes. He could not accept that his skill has failed. He again took another arrow and built a bridge, this time making the arrows so closer to each other so that the bridge is so strong. The monkey again chanted Sri Rama's name and started walking on the bridge. And what happened? The bridge collapsed. Arjuna was ashamed of himself. Without wasting any more time, he prepared a fire and was about to end his life. And then he heard a noise. He heard a voice saying, No, Prince, stop that. What were you about to do? Why are you doing this?" A little Brahmin came and he asked Arjuna. Arjuna explained everything to him. The Brahmin said, "Okay, it is okay, my dear Prince, but was there a judge in your competition? Was there anyone to look after that the players are playing fairly?" "Oh, a competition without a judge is meaningless, my dear Prince. Did you not think about that?" "Okay, I shall be the judge for you this time. You may build your another bridge and I shall look after it," the little Brahmin said. Both the monkey and Arjuna agreed for this. Arjuna, who had been induced with little confidence this time, chanted Sri Krishna's name and he built his third bridge using every bit of his ingenuity. And he said to the monkey, "Okay, there, try again. Try crossing the bridge now," Arjuna said to the monkey. The monkey obliged happily. It was sure that the bridge would collapse. With total confidence that the bridge would collapse, the monkey started walking on it. But what happened this time? The bridge did not collapse. The bridge was strong and solid. It withstood the weight of the monkey this time. The monkey was puzzled. He thought, and he started jumping on the bridge. But even then, nothing happened to the bridge. The monkey now reappeared as Lord Sri Hanuman, as huge as a mountain. Arjuna was awestruck on realizing that his competitor was none other than the mighty Hanuman. He bowed down his head in reverence, and he realized that sooner or later his bridge was due to the strength of the gigantic Hanuman. He felt that he was foolish in thinking that this bridge of arrows could have withstood the weight of mighty warriors like Hanuman. He was humbled and he kept quiet. But to the surprise of everyone, the bridge did not collapse this time. Hanuman could not fathom the fact. He started jumping on it. But even then, the bridge was still and it did not collapse even under the weight of the gigantic Hanuman. Arjuna was non-puzzled either. He could not believe his eyes. And all the while, the little Brahmin kept smiling. In a moment of enlightenment, both Arjuna and Hanuman realized that their judge was no ordinary person. They both quickly fell at his feet, and the Brahmin reappeared as Lord Sri Krishna. He said, I am Rama and I am Krishna, and I was the one who protected your bridge this time, Arjuna. Remember this, Partha. Let this be a lesson for you in humility. Vanity and pride undo the best of men, Krishna said. Even Hanuman accepted his mistake. He realized that owing to his pride, he had forgotten to chant Sri Rama's name during his third attempt, and that's why the bridge did not collapse this time. Hanuman sought the forgiveness of the Lord, and the Almighty blessed both of them. And he disappeared. Hanuman said to Arjuna, Dear Partha, as an act of remorse, I shall stabilize your chariot in the great battle. I shall be present in the flag of your chariot, and I will protect your chariot when you battle in the great battle. Okay, now both of them went away happily. So friends, that's it. Even when we do a simple job, however simple it may be, let us chant the Lord's name so that it gets completed successfully. And that's what even our Swamiji said, faith in yourselves, faith in God, and this is the secret of greatness. Because when the work is done with this huge hands, with the help of the Lord's huge hands, it gets completed so easily compared when it is done with our tiny hands. So come on, my dear friends, chant along with me. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Thank you all.
Dear children, Namaste. I hope you are enjoying the videos that we have posted on our YouTube channel so far. If you have any queries on morals, on values, or if you have any doubts on religious practices, you can post your queries to our email ID, that is office@rkmmbcc.org, and we will answer your queries through our YouTube channel. Thank you. Thanks. Namaste.